Is it happening? What do you think, Muppet? That looks like a live stream to me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name's Blades, and this is Amber Skies, home of the 3D future. Networking. Yes, that's what we do here. Networking. Let's see where we're up to, shall we? What we got for that? We've got this thing down here. Snip it and sketch it. Open file. Current. Here we go, day 9. Oh, logout method for client and server. Shutdown method for the server. And a reflection on what's been learnt and what has to be done. Yeah, game state. How we're going to manage it. Yeah, I think we can start with that. That looks good. It's Monday morning. Oh dear. Anybody got the Monday blues out there? I know I have. Oh dear. Come on, Muppet. What are you up to? That's Twitch telling me that I'm gone live. So, this is what we're doing. It's Monday, it's a new week, and we've got to finish. Got to finish our prototype. In good old-fashioned prototypey fashion. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So, into the code, into the code. Where's the code? Oh, gosh, you don't want to see that. I don't think you want to see that somehow. Open recent. How's about Twitch workspace? Is that any good? Yeah, that looks about right. I still got... Oh, right, yeah, it's just me doing a redo. That's okay. So, where are we up to? What have we got? This is what we've got so far. We have a server that does this. These have all been memory checked, by the way. That's what I spent the weekend doing. Making sure that I can do the last bit without any problems. So there's our server. Nothing spectacular. We've got a client as well, which is a little bit more spectacular. It logs on and it gets connected to the server. There you go. Connected to the server, and that's what we have so far. We have our game. We finally have, well, it's 2D, but we have a game. We have a little bloke that runs around, and I know for a fact that if I start up another server, another little bloke will run around. And let's just check it out, shall we? So we'll need a PowerShell, I would think will do it. Twitch client. We only need the client. Oh god, that's massive. There we go, one PowerShell. And all we have to do is put in debug. And where are we? Client, MMO. Client .exe, make sure everything works. And there you go. Oh, still got the spammage in, have we? There we are. And I can move it around. And we'll just pull you over here so that you can move around. So as you can see, they are independent. Lovely, isn't it? All works. And we're well within the 16 milliseconds for getting stuff on the screen. So timing isn't too bad. That spam there is looking at other users' X and Y positions and stuff. So that can be taken out. And this is a problem now. how do I get out of the server? Yeah, the only way to get out of the server really is to do that. And that's a -1, not a 0. So we're crashing out of the server at the moment. Literally, we're just forcing it to end. Whereas the normal program comes out with the code 0, which is a client, and it ends properly, giving everything back to the system. That means no memory leaks. The server is a memory leak because it doesn't come out, well, it doesn't depart nicely. Right, so the first things to do. Application, we have a log in here that we don't need anymore because it's working. Here it is. There's our log. Other users, position. We don't need to know that anymore. We can see it. That's simple. Connected to the server will keep. Because we now have to do disconnected from the server. Right. Initialization app. Yeah, okay. Right, okay. So we'll start with the application, I think, for this one. Lovely. Got coffee. So, application, we have quite a lot now. I mean, I'm getting to the stage now where I want to start tidying this up. Making it look like an application rather than just 3 functions that do stuff. So, where do we log on? We are logging on here. That's our log on. Send data. So we want a log off in reflection. So this is initialize. So what we want is a magic log off number. So it starts there. So we want that. And that's all we want. And we come right down to the bottom of the program. And here we log off. And we need, funnily enough, a magic log off number. And it's going to be message type. I'm going to choose 0. 0 is a good message type. Send that message to the IP address. And that's it. That's all we need to do. So that's the application updated. Will it still compile? Client. Yeah, no, yeah, no. Okay, yeah, we compile. That's alright, that's the client done. Next will be the server. And we have to do this in such a way that it works. Now, I've still got a lot of code in here that is yucky. So case 5, this is all going to go away. Message is going to be a user logged off, spelled properly this time, I suppose. On the log off, I want to reflect the log on. User logged in, message type 5. So user logged off, message type 0. It tells me where to look. And at the end of it, we will have There. So far, so good. There we go. So it's in the middle here, we have to log off. So what do we have to do? We have to do exactly the opposite of what we did for somebody to connect. So we need... nope, we don't need to do any of that bit yet. We don't need to inform anybody of anything because that will be done by the update. Clever. What we do need to do is take the user out of the map. So we're going to be doing that, which is awful. We need the key. Let's make sure it works, shall we? So, standard string user key equals blah blah blah, yeah, plus underscore plus standard string blah blah blah. There we go. That's lovely. Right, okay. I want an if statement as well. Because here, I wish to place something else. I want a final log off. So if... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, just pop here. We haven't done this bit yet. Remove user and remove user from the users map. I'm going to do that in a bit, but I want an if statement here that if the users map dot size is equal to 0, then is running equals false. Oh, but we haven't got is running equals true. Yeah, no. Didn't we have a bool for that up here? I don't think we did. Yes, we did. We have a bool for it here. So there's is running equals true. That's interesting. So what we really are trying to say is this. Bool is running equal to, let's look in our main file, that line there. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know you could do that. Of course you can. We just don't need to call it app at the beginning. And then all we do is put is running in here. So is running is true. Or it's not. So now we have a way of making sure, one, that we initialize, and if we don't initialize, we're not going to run, and two, if is running is false, we we need a second on that. We need a second bool. Yeah, okay. Don't need the then. Yeah, false. Needs one of them. What's users maps problem? Yeah, it's not a function. Godfathers, that was a good start, wasn't it? Right, so what will happen there now is when the last user logs off, this will shut down. There is a problem with it. It's not correct. Because when we shut down, we should be checking to see if we initialized. Because our shutdown doesn't check. And our application shutdown is in the wrong place. It's also a void. That's bad. So there's your while loop. Comes all the way down here, down here, down here, down here, down here. Comes all the way down here, down here, down here. And goes to the broadcast. There it is. And that there is a shutdown app. And that should be a bool as well. Right, okay, so that will be return shutdown app. That will become a bool. At the moment, it's just going to return true. So we need to fix it. And it will be returned there. So bool is the only change there, so let's make it. Goes in there. This has changed the program quite a bit. What's wrong with shutdown app? Oh right, yes, of course it doesn't. This is now a bool. Yeah, yeah, bool. Well, I'll use bool for now. We're not going to have bool in the future, but, well, just cutting corners, just doing a prototype. Shouldn't really be a bool. There we go. That's now a bool. That's now a bool. Main doesn't have a shutdown anymore. App now executes somewhere differently. Because that cuts and pastes that. There you go. Our main program just became simpler. Oh yeah, and there's my timings to make sure that things don't mess up. That was me doing me checking. So the main app has finally changed into a start welcome message, the setup of an application, and the return of its execution. And that's all our main code should be, really, I guess. The application itself is a complete mess, but it should now work. And it should work in a way that helps us instead of hinders us. So, yeah. I still got this here. Expected a semicolon, yeah, okay. Anybody else complaining about my typing? No, thank God. God it's Monday. I've got a good excuse when it's a Monday. I'm glad this is finished now, because I think that's the final application. I think it should now close itself down. We haven't got the check. What happens if that doesn't happen? There's a way of doing this, isn't there? It gives a return value int. Right, okay. Doesn't give a return value that's a bool, it gives a return value that's an int. Oh, well, fantastic, thank you. Alright. So, int. Oh, can't put it here, can we? We're going to have to put an application check in. Initialization check. I don't believe this. No, I'm not doing it. Not with that. Int. Has initialized equals that becomes an int. Which becomes an int in here. Which is fine, that's what I wanted it to be anyway. So that's proved itself in the making. This bool is running. Is no longer true. It's int something. Check if initialized. Yeah, okay. And then if not I'm going to call it has initialized again. Initialized. Copy. Paste. Then is running equals false. So we have to start off with the premise that bool is running equals true. So that gives us our initial value, which I didn't know whether it should be true or false. We now know. So if it has not initialized, is running equals false. We now have a number which is running. Sorry, has initialized, so we can pass that in. So here we can type in has initialized, and that means that we need here in shutdown int in has I'm just going to call it init now, because it's obvious what it is. No, it's not. Initialize. Do the full thing. That comes out of there. This is getting a lot better. You're thinking, why are you doing all of this? Because we have to do it. We have to move it all around. Otherwise, what happens next won't work. Trust me. So, int bool bool. Right, good. Application. Da -da 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 -da. So, UDPnet shutdown. Ooh. Where's UDPnet? I hope it's got its own shutdown sorted out. Yeah, we've got a delete in there. So what do we initialize here? There's no return value. It'll have to check itself, won't it, then, for now? That's a possible memory leak. Okay. So the question here is, does a UDPnet shut down properly? Freeing all its resources, whatever resources it's taken at this stage, from the operating system. If everything goes correctly, then the answer is yes. But what happens if this initialization fails? It still goes on to initialize the UDP, which it can't, because it can't do it without SDL. So if that's false, it can't initialize. Which means if it hasn't initialized, then we can't undo it, because it was never created. Do we still have a null holder in place? Yes, we do. We still have the object to delete. Okay, that's handy, because it means now I can say if initialized, has initialized, then we can do that. Yeah. And we can also put ret equals true. So shutdown equals true. And at the top, we have to create a bool called shutdown equals false. Shutdown. So we know now by the output of our program whether it closed down properly or not. So that gives us a full shutdown with notification. If it goes through the middle part here, shutdown is true, everything worked. We haven't checked that everything's worked, but we will have to at some point prove the shutdown equals true. And then we can just return the shutdown, and that will give us a 0 or 1, and that will be given by the main as the return value here. It should be bool now, but hey ho, int'll do. Lovely. That works. Look, it takes a page. It's a joke, that. I'm slightly more happy now with this program. It should now start up and shut down and can detect whether it's started up and can detect when it shuts down. And let's say hello to anybody who's watching. Highs to all. So if anybody wants to chat, we can chat. We've got all day, literally. I'm now going to enjoy this coffee whilst this compiles. And it's the server, please. Forgotten something. We could use a trick here. An old C trick. Yes, we'll do that. Printf. What can we say? Has shut down. And a space. Okay, no \n at the end because I wanted to complete the line. So here, you printf. And it's successfully. I don't know how to spell it. Is that right? Yeah, it looks right. Full stop, space, 3 stars. Semicolon and a \n. Oops, don't want that. Else, printf, and we want to put in here with errors. Full stop, 1, 2, 3, \n. Semicolon, because that's true. So we can now actually give a meaningful exit in giving words to the numbers that we keep seeing. So instead of me saying, oh, 0 is good, or whatever -1 wasn't good, well, in this case now it's going to be +1 instead of -1, I think. No, probably the other way around now. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, run build task. Server, are we okay? Yep, we are. And let's get her running. So we only need one client to prove the server close or shut down. So let's get a server going first. Here we go. It's server time. Oh, gosh, what happened? Where did it go? Debug console. What happened? Run. And then it shuts down. Which means I've got the logic wrong on my trues and falses. Ah, dear. Alright, what's the SDL return? Does it tell me? Oh, that's just a hash define. Okay. Yep. Alright, shut down subsystem manually, yellow for shut down, yeah, increase the ref count and return. So it's a 0. So if that's a 0, if initialized is not equal to 0, then you do that bit. Right. If is not equal to 0, then running, sorry, is equal to 0, then running equals false. That's where the error was, I think. And at the bottom, if has initialized is not equal to 0, then we have everything down here. Yeah, okay, I think that's right now. Okay, let's run the server and find out. Nope. SDL, what is your procedure? Good grief. SDL underscore init. Return 0 on success, or a negative error code on failure. Oh, that's what I didn't know. So it's 0 on success. Okay. Right. Thank you for that. That's why nothing works. It's a 0 equals success. So what have I got here? I've just got it the wrong way around. Okay, it's equal to 0. It's not equal, well, it's less than 0, isn't it? If initialized is less than 0, that's better. Blah blah blah, has initialized. Ints can be pluses or minuses, so it's going to give -1 as a result. That's even better. So we can use that to our advantage. So it comes through into here, has initialized as a minus. So equal to. I bet that is also SDL OK. SDL true equals 1, so it isn't. And there's no SDL OK. No, there isn't. That's a shame. So we do have to put a 0 in. Return shutdown, don't need to. We can return has initialized. And that means we don't need shutdown to be true or false. We don't need it at all. Gets rid of a variable totally. That's even better. I like it when it gets rid of a variable. Ah. Come on, viewers. Type in chat, distract me before my back hurts too much. Oh, God. Let's try running it again and see if it'll hold itself open. Hey, we've got a server. Let's see if this closes the server. User logged on. Message type 5. There's only one user. User logged off. Message type 0. Number of users connected 1. We didn't... Yeah. Okay, so I've done everything except the last bit now, which is to remove them. How do you remove somebody from a map? Okay, dunno. So, we'll just have a new one that's on SDL now. C++ map. Go to the reference and find out. Container properties, ordered, yeah, blah, 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 yeah. Key, type, compare, allocate, yep. Member types, key, construct, pointer, blah, iterator. Member functions. So it's got a destructor, which is good. We never did it. Did we destroy this map? Does it have a star in it? No, it doesn't seem to have a star in it. No, it seems to be local. So it'll destroy itself. It does have a star in it there, though. But it is local, it's not global, it's not a member. Right, I've got to remove that, though, still. I need my map to go back to 0. Beginning. Capacity. Size max. Oh, test whether container is empty. We can do that, can we? I'm not doing any arrays, am I? I could be doing, actually. While not my map empty, exactly what I'm trying to do, but I can't do that because at the start it'll be empty. We don't want it to just open and close like it was doing. So, modifiers, erase, clear, erase. Erase elements. Removes from the map container either a single element or a range of elements. Fantastic. IT equals my map find B. My map erase IT. Okay, erasing by key. Here we go. Yeah, okay. Right. So I can just erase by key. Sounds a bit too simple for me, that. Interesting. users map dot erase, and we have string standard pair, yeah, blah 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 blah. Okay. How's about user key? Inside the brackets, so duh. Okay. I think that's true now. Save that. Let's just have a look at empty properly. Don't want to mess this up. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Let's run it. I think we're there. We are so close to being there. Literally on the last lines. Okay. Why are we still running here? Ah, thank you. Windows was thinking about its threads again, was it? Client, please. There you go. Users connected. 1. Let's disconnect. The server has shut down. No, it hasn't. What's wrong here? We've got an internal, have we? I've got a conflict here. Blast. I have. I've mixed types. Yeah. I can't shut it down. Get rid of it, please. Yeah. Oh, with exit code 0. You are a bless. Killer program being debugged, yes or no? Yeah, right, okay. Get out of my face. I've got types missing or wrongly put. Yeah. That's an int. I didn't redo me types here. And you know what happens if you get your types wrong? You can't type. Yep, so shut down is an int. Thank you. I wonder if I should put if initialized for this one. Would it read better if initialized? If initialized. Yeah, I think I'll take the word has off. That's all I'm going to do there, because then it reads proper. So that's all I'm going to do there. Reads better here. It's really initialized status, but I'm not putting status on the end of that. I could put app initialized. Yeah. Yeah. I like that idea. Then I know what's initialized. Otherwise it could be anything that's initialized. There we go. Referring to app. So if app initialized equals 0, that's better. Now I'm happy. That's the final. That's your final shutdown. Returns an int. And now we're good. Now we are good. Delete server. I'm enjoying this. I like programming when things work the way I expect them to. And this is working how I expect it to work. Even with my mistakes. Because I expect my mistakes. Okay. Yep, user connected. Come back here, you. Connected to server. Logged in users, yep. Okay. Server shut down. Hang. Y. Debug console. Oh, wow. Why won't you do this? There's a reason for it. I can't get it to shut down. Ah, yes, there we go. Why won't you shut down here? Is it not stuck? Is it hanging on? Okay. There is. You're right. We'll get rid of that. Okay. So you run. We know you run, and we know you work. That's not the problem. Trying to close you down. Okay. So let's just do that. Why have we stopped here? Oh, right, yeah. Damn it. Why is it doing this? Continue. Come on, I want to close. How do I close if I can't do that? Okay, I've got to click the button, I think, and then press continue. Is there a shortcut to that? F5. Oh, this is ridiculous. Alright. Different tactic. Different tactic. Okay, let's close all of this lot. That's the only thing I'm bothered about is that there. So, server. Run. I'm only bothered about that one line there. So, that's the one I want to debug. Let's give myself a thingy. That's a thingy. So, Twitch client file open PowerShell. We'll have an admin one. Why not? Let's have a PowerShell. There we go. One PowerShell. That will be MMO client. Ding. One client. There you go. One client. Connected users 1. Close. Number of users connected 0. And it should have paused on that line there, and it has. Fantastic. So, what has initialized at this point? It's 0, which is what I thought it was. So we shouldn't have anything wrong. I did put it equal to 0 up here, didn't I? If is equal to 0, then initialize UDP. Well, yeah, we must have initialized UDP because we're getting messages. So we've initialized UDP, and we have initialized SDL because everything's working. This equals 0, so it is the correct number. So step over, step over, step out, step into. And it shut down. Okay. Let's try again, this time without it. So you can see the whole thing. Just see if it closes down properly. That's all I want it to do. Client connected 1. Server has shut down. Locks up. And I can't get rid of it. Okay. Gets to that line there. Alrighty. Now we're getting somewhere. That's okay. That's in there. Let's redo this. Server. Client. Client shut down. Number of users connected. Prints up. Right, let's just get you out of the way. Put you to the bottom right here for a second. It says number of users connected equals 0, so it should now be in the shutdown app, and it is. And app initialized equals 0. So when we step over here, still 0. Okay. We step over there, shut down successfully. UDPnet, blah de blah de blah de blah, shut down. And that's where it crashes. God damn it, there's something in UDPnet that's not working then. Okay. It's crashing inside UDPnet. Oh, let's go and have a look. I might have done something that's slightly unsafe. Free packet, unbind, close, quit. It's a void. It shouldn't be. It should be the return value from SDLnet. There isn't any. Okay. think it's the way I've done it. Get rid of that. Get rid of, get rid of. Get rid of. I wonder if it's because we're actually doing a printf statement here. I think it is actually. We're not doing printfs in this. Okay. Get rid of. Well, nearly get rid of. Get rid of you. Copy or cut. Paste. Get rid of you. Actually, no, don't need to, do I? We've been using SDL log. And I don't want you there, we don't want that there. That. And I can't put successfully, really, because it isn't necessarily. Get rid of the junk. Back down to a reasonable code size. I just think I overcomplicate things at times. There goes the server. There goes a client. Shut down. It doesn't get to the printf, it just hangs up. Is it hanging up because there's something in the debug console? Segmentation fault. And it's coming from the SDL2 DLL. Okay. Get rid of anything that's SDL2 then. And that means you. Well, yeah, we're SDL logging before, after we've shut it. Do. That's stupid of me. Doesn't help if you do things like that. Come on, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Come on. Things work, things work. Okay, I give up. I know what's happening. It's getting that sig fault, isn't it? Dynamic API entry. I know what's happening, but can I stop it from happening? Oh God. That's just wonderful, isn't it? Windows, you're so special. You have needs. You need your memory back. Give me your memory back. Close goddamn well down. We can't close down. Great. Fantastic. Right, I'll look into that myself. Project shutdown. So, we've got to this stage where we do have an automated shutdown, but it ain't gonna work because of the way Windows works. Great. And I can't think of a way past it. Not straight off. The network's shutting down, and then, yeah, that's shutting down in the right order, and that's why I don't understand why the stack isn't unwinding properly. Return. Is that an int or a bool? Should all be ints by now. That's wrong. None of them should be bools anymore. So there's that. Go back to main. This is the only parts that I've really concentrated now. Return an int. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Did I just get rid of that other thing? Yeah, I did. What are you up to, Muppet? What do you want, eh? What are you after? You come here to distract me, haven't you? Hey, good boy. Muppet knows that if he distracts me, I usually get it right. It's just the weird way I am. As soon as I get distracted by something, I can program very easily. Oh, well. Because I'm not rushing anymore. Trying not to rush this, because it's the pressure of trying to do it while streaming at the same time. You're always trying to do things correctly. Well, I'm not anymore. I just want to get this finished. Just want to get it so we can finish. Everything's still working on here. Yeah. Done. No. No. Not done. I'll do it myself later. Something about that line. I've encountered it before. Now, why is it? It's to do with the stack unraveling. I've got to delete UDP net there. That could be the reason. It could be hanging on that because it's already deleted, or maybe. Okay. Do what you shouldn't do. Do everything you shouldn't do. You get rid of something that is about memory. Oh, morning, Madvicious. Madvicious. Welcome, and shout out to you. I'm trying to close the server down, and it refuses to close. And I know what's happening, but I just feel powerless when it comes to this part of programming. This is one of my rants. There's no, it's not doing it. It won't shut down. It just locks out. What really is happening here is when we get to that line there, we're getting a segmentation fault in SDL on the shutdown from the UDP. And the UDP should have nothing to do with this at all, unless I've got something going on in the UDP that I shouldn't have. Which is a good point, actually. It's doing free packet for unbind and close the UDP. So that's all the UDP stuff. And then it just quits out of SDLNet. And that's empty. This is Windows. It doesn't matter. The code's the same on Windows and or Linux. There's a few differences, but nothing massive. I don't know why it's happening. It's something to do with this here, this SDLNet quit. And I know it is. I don't think we're supposed to do it in this program. But it's the only place where I've got UDP network, so it's the only place I can do it. Because of that. Unless I am running something under SDLNet inside here, which I am, aren't I? Yes, I am. Damn it. So we're shutting down the network and we've still got something in here using it. It won't step, I doubt it. We can try. It's going to crash there, so SDL_log. And we'll just put shutting down. Server is shutting down. Just want somewhere to break. Full stop. Okay, that's got to come up on screen. There we go. Right, that's a breakpoint. I'll keep UDP. I'll need the other one open as well. Otherwise, it won't be able to find it and open it. Alright, so I'll keep you open. Application H. Don't need you open. You're the server. We'll run the server from here. So it's inside the debugger. There we go. So the server runs absolutely fine. No problems with the server whatsoever. He says. Let's get Muppet. No. Come on, out. Out of there. Stop playing with that. Come on. Out. You don't play with computer bits. Oh, my cat is fantastic at times. Yeah, this'll do. We can run it from here. We'll use a normal PowerShell this time. Whoop. There we go. Normal PowerShell. There we go, there's the client. Yeah, we've got the client working. Look, see, everything works nicely. Even the little guy moves around a little bit. What I'm asking it to do is only after the first user has connected, we start checking for disconnects. So if I do a disconnect now, it'll check. When the users goes down to 0, the automatic shutdown will kick in on the server. So when I click there, the auto shutdown kicks in. So there we go. And it stops at the correct line. The client's gone. It's disappeared totally. We can get rid of that. That's out of the picture. We can get rid of this screen. That's out of the picture. And here we are. Server is shutting down. Hasn't printed it on the screen yet. So if we step over that, there you go. Server is shutting down. It comes up on the screen. This is the line that won't return. So we need to step into it. Step into it. And it's found it because we had it open this time. So free packet. So what we got in here, we've got the user's IP, the packet out. So packet out is the next thing. That's got to go. Let's have a look what's in there. Call stack I'm not bothered with right now. So it's got the data and the address, so there's data in there. Let's just step over that one. There you go. It crashes. Do I need to clear the packet somehow? Or am I freeing the packet in the wrong place? There's your crash. Call stack. Paused. SDL2, DLL, SDL dynamic entry. Unknown source. So it's inside a DLL file. It's the SDL2 DLL file. It's crashing me on free packet. I mean, I don't have to free the packet. I can take that out. But is that then a memory leak? Stack trace is useless to me because it comes back to this line. And it's not my code. So, you know, let's have a look at SDL free packet. That's the next step. SDLnet free packet. We'll open a new one. So it's SDL underscore. No, it isn't. It's SDLnet underscore free packet. A pointer to the UDP packet to be freed from memory. Free a UDP packet from memory. Do not use this UDP packet after this function is called. Just to help you know that it's freed, packet equals null. What? So that's what I've done. Have I done it incorrectly? Yeah, you can force debugger to break inside of it, but there's no real point because I can already do that. It's there. One second, I'll bring the full page up. I mean, any IDE can do that usually. Don't want definition or declaration. Definition I want. So, it's just freeing the packet. Allocate resize free. A single UDP packet size bytes long. The new packet is returned or null if the function ran out of memory. So that's the top one. Allocate free blah blah UDP packet array of packets. How many packets? Size. That's probably just that one. God knows. So that's what it is. It's an external decal spec. SDL call. So an SDL call will be into the library, a dynamic link library. If I go inside of that, all I'm going to get is assembler language. Has the packet already been freed before that call? That is a damn good question. I can't close it because I want to keep the stack open. Let's have a look. So if we get to this space, where was the last time we did anything? It would have been on, it's on packet out, isn't it? So send data is the only one that uses packet out. Make sure that is true. Let's pack it in. I love that way of putting things. Let's just pack it in. Initialize UDP. Pack it in and out. Allocated. I can allocate less. I mean, that's just an off-the-cuff number. I don't know what size it's supposed to be. But that's your initializer. That's your usage. And then at the bottom I've got the destructor, or to get rid of. I mean, what I can do is put that in the destructor. But that would mean that it has to be able to get past the allocation. So all of this has to be true for it to go in there. And I haven't tested any of it. Not yet, anyway. This is a prototype. There's no way I'm going to test it all. Not until I start writing it properly. So I'm quite happy with the fact that it's doing what it's supposed to do. I'm just a bit miffed why SDL is making this a little tad awkward. Because we've got allocate, haven't we? Okay, size in bytes. 0 is invalid. Go on. Just one sec, let me have a look at that. Possibly. Memory leak with the data. What's the name of the data you're looking at? This data here. Send data. I'm using... Isn't there a memory leak with the data? You do a date, new uint. No, I don't. That's not a new uint. That's a pass of a variable. That's an address coming in. So that data packet is coming from outside a uint8 outside of the function. That just receives an address. All that does is then puts the address into the packet out. It's not a memory leak. There is data equals new in the code further down. Oh, this one here. It's a totally separate function. That data lives until that bracket. So the return data, and then it dies. You don't have to delete that. It deletes that bracket. So there's no deletion. It's automatically done by the system. So that is what you call borrowing. Well, I call borrowing just a number of bytes. And it's a null byte at that. So it doesn't actually get a value or any data until that point there. So if it gets no data, it returns nothing. It returns null. If it gets data, then it will return the address of that data. So there's no leak. The only thing that moves out of this function is an address. That's called a shallow copy, which means I've got to use that straight away. Yeah, that's right, always returns an address. But I'm sending that address out. So there's no leak. There is a potential leak, you're quite right, but that wouldn't stop it from shutting down unless there's a packet in effect at the time of shutdown. Now, how do you check that? Do I have to put this in a different order? Do I do the sockets first and then the packets? Could be. It could be sockets first. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That might be the reason why we're stopping, because I have a shallow copy. So I could unbind and close first. So we'll try that, I think. Because we might have an outside dependency forming. As you just said, might still be in the buffer, working. So we might have a thread still working in buffers. So what we do is we I can't put them to null pointers first either. Damn it. Because that then is a positive memory leak. Okay, cut. And paste. Close that down. And rebuild. Let's see if we get anything good out of this. Oh, the IDE used, by the way, is excellent. I would advise everybody who can to use the Qt IDE, especially with C++ 17. It's beautiful. It'll tell you as you go right the line. Is there a force flush? That's a lovely index. SDLnet. Open, close, accept. Send, receive. Bind, unbind. I think it might be this unbind, you know. That's the only thing that... Unbind is the only thing that I can think that might be stopping us. But I've got unbind at the top now. Allocate packet resize. Free packet is the one I'm trying to use, and free packet V, which is different. I'm not using the V versions. Not yet, anyway. Check socket delete. Ah, you can check the sockets. You can delete a socket and free a socket. Well, there's two ways of doing it. And I haven't used socket sets either. I'm using UDP, so it's just one or the other. So just a socket and a packet, basically. Let me just pop that back over there. I think we might have, you know, hit the biscuit. But we need to go back to the application. Yeah, our stop point's still there. So that's okay. We'll do it again. Because it's interesting. I'm interested to see why. Not that it's doing it. I know why it's doing it. It's unwinding the stack, and it can't unwind the stack. It's getting stuck on it, which is a segmentation error. Which is fine. I don't mind that. There we go. Number of users 1. Can't make it 2, can I? There we go. That's done. Get that out of the way. Put that to the back. No, don't put it to the background there because it hides your comments. Let's put it to the background over here. Get rid of this. And then it is a step over, step in. Right. On the stack we have application, UDPnet, const this. This has these left. So we're now going to unbind the socket. Step over. Can we do that? Nope. Can't unbind the socket. I've got a feeling I've got to do this. All of this from inside the app. I think all this doesn't belong here. I think it belongs here. And now I can't do the packets and the sockets, but I can do SDL net quit, so I can't do this lot. You know what I think it is? I think it's because it's an object. It's a class. This is written in C. Damn it. I'm using a C, DLL in a C++ way. I think that's where I got it wrong. I think I'm wrong. Let's get some juice. Yeah, I think I'm wrong. Try that. This could be interesting. This could be very, very interesting. I'll keep it wide. Doesn't matter, does it? Whoops. Sorry. Using an outro like that, you see. So I've tried to do it the C way. Okay. Let's lose the connection. Reviews is equals 0, yeah. Okay, we can put you out of the way again. Back to there, yeah, that's fine. Let's see what we've got open before I do the stepping. That's UDP net. You see, I've got a copy here. I think I have to get rid of these first. No, but that should get rid of it anyway. It's inside UDP net, isn't it? Never mind. So jump. So step over and then step into. Okay. We're at receive data. That's why the packets aren't dropping. Why did it come to this point? Because that's where it was last. Or that's where it is most. Okay. Receive data is stopping us. Comes back to that line there, which is a closed bracket. La 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 la. How are we getting to here? We're getting to here from 0. SDL log. Use logged off message type 0. Blah 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 blah. Key, yeah. Erase. We erase. Nothing of importance. Good. I hope. Let's see what we erased. It is here. We erase what was in the world. an IP address which is type def, so that's just a simple struct and it's not a star, so that's fine. No problem with that. We can delete it. Number of users connected 0. We get the message. Yeah. Usermap.empty is running equals false, which breaks us out of here, but it still runs through the delay and the broadcast. So it may still get a broadcast in. Okay. We don't want it to do that. That was me being lazy. I don't like case statements. I'll be glad when this case statement is done and gotten rid of. That's one of the things I've got to do. I want it to break back to there. Doesn't matter, I can't break. We'll take it to the bottom of this line here, which is past 5. It takes it to that line there. No, it's a hack. If not running, then it's continue, isn't it? That'll jump it back to the top. That'll put it back onto the while loop. Actually, it doesn't. It jumps it to that. And that's the end of the while loop. End time, delta time. Oh no, we've still got timers. So it'll jump it to that, sorry. That's the end of the while loop there. That's what continue does. Yeah, that'll work. That'll break us out from doing this lot again. And this lot again. Which is a lot of work to go through to find out that you're not supposed to be doing it. Why I hate switch cases. But that's about all I can think of. I better keep that on. We'll keep that keep looking at it. Madvicious. Just tell me when you want a break, because I haven't got any coffee left. Oh dear. Anyway, and that goes for everybody else as well that's watching. If you need a break, I will go and make myself a cup of coffee. That's the only thing I can think of, is to break out the program cleanly, which is what I wasn't doing there. You got quite a lot of free time, yeah, me too, mate. That's why I'm making an MMO from scratch, and I can't close the server down. Oh dear. Don't need that line. What happens if it crashes? Tricky, yes. UDP is very, very tricky. You have to have multi-layers of programming on it. And it's got to be multi-layered in such a way that it's safe for users. But as long as you use it more like a thread rather than an internet, if you see it's just another thread in a program, you usually can program it quite well if you treat it that way. That's going to shut down anyway. This is how I would have used to have done it in the naive days. So I would go SDL blah 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 underscore and then quit, isn't it? Get both hands free does help. So that takes those two lines out. Take that line out. Just refactoring. Want this to quit first. That's where you would put it, yes. That's the ordering, yes. Yeah. You could. But that's a bit deep. You should not be playing around with the OS, really. You should leave the OS to do what it's supposed to do and ask C++ to do what it's supposed to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a closure destructors. The reason for C++ having destructors, and so I'm going to put all the code into a destructor. No, you can't. You've got your deletion there. So in C++, you have to delete the network before you can quit the SDL. That separates it off, puts your barrier across there. So those two operations are now, well, they're dependent on each other. Put them the other way around and it won't work. You should get a segmentation error. If you put them the other way around, put them this way around, it should work. Which means I should have nothing left in here. So that isn't needed now. But I'm going to leave it just empty for now. Because I might need it for something else, yeah. So I'll just leave that. Okay. So that means now I'm not calling that function in here. And I've already worked out one thing that I've done wrong. I did not. Damn. I did not. Okay. Where's this one? MMO client. Discard. Change. No, cancel. No, can't do it that way. Damn. That's where I was. Glad it goes backwards. Just realised. What I didn't do was recompile the SDK. 'Cause I'm a muppet. Yeah, I totally agree. Absolutely. When doing a prototype, I'll just splatter any code down. But it presents different difficulties because I do it that way. And it allows me to recognize what is good and what is bad. There's no point, if you're a good programmer and you do good programming all the time, you start finding it hard to do bad programming, and it takes some practice, I can tell you. I've had a lot of practice of doing bad programming, so I thought I'm going to learn good programming for once, because I know this is bad. It's absolutely rubbish, so far anyway. It's going over to UDPnet, so just check it is doing that. It's going to UDPnet. Shut down UDP. I emptied it and put it all up here. I actually think this is right. Nearly right. Unbind, close, read packets, yeah. Okay. Let's try that. Terminal. Run build task. Give ourselves an SDK this time. Oh god, yeah, 15 years. Yeah, I wish it was that shorter time for me. Double it. Yeah. I've written programs I'm not proud of, put it that way. And let's do the server now. So make sure I haven't cocked it up. Okay, we're alright. Which is why I don't worry when I get situations like this where things don't work. I don't mind it actually, I prefer it. Because it makes me think about things that I wouldn't normally think about. Like how to debug it. Move around a bit, so we've got a bit of UDP going on. And then close. We're still connected. No printout. Did I need to print out? Oh, right. Sorry. It stops before we print out. So, step over. Okay. What's going on here? Pause. What? Okay, stop. It didn't like it for some reason. That's right, I need those two open. Oh, I put it on the brace, didn't I? Don't put it on braces. Bad idea. Server Inc. Let's try. And servers there. Put client up. Alright, there we go. Client server relationship goes to 0. Good. That puts us to our stepped position, which we can now step over because it's not a bracket. Right, server is shutting down, has just printed on the screen, which is good. Step into, comes to the unbinding of the socket. Continue. Yep, that's good. Continue. That's good. Continue. That's bad. So we're back here and it's these packets. That's interesting. Hasn't got any. I think it was packet in it broke. Let's start there, shall we? We can leave that now. We've progressed. Oh God, we've progressed. We've progressed into the shutdown of the next part. Can you free the packet after the unbinding close? The answer is probably not. Because let's have a look. I don't think we can actually. Let's get rid of it. Close, 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 close. I think we destroy the packet in one of those two. In fact, I'm almost certain I'm right now. The packets get destroyed by another process. Yeah, that's right. But we're trying to make sure that we don't leak that buffer. What we're trying to do is, it's a buffer is just a piece of memory, but what we're trying to do is hand that memory back to the operating system so the operating system can reuse it for something else. If we don't hand it back, it's called a memory leak. So what I'm found now is I think that it's trying to unwind the stack on the packets twice. I think that's what's happening. I think it's been that somebody like me has programmed it and been double careful with memory management and maybe done too much. Alright, went straight through for the shutting down. Good. It's still there. So step over. Oh no, let's have a look this time. At this point, we still have all the information. Okay, all the data, all the information for packet in and packet out. So data, there you go. Still got the last item of data that was ever put in the buffers. It's still there, they haven't been cleared or anything, which is why I'm trying to hand this back to the system. Yeah, twice the destruct, yeah. Yeah, you will. You will have it, especially in C++. It's not avoidable sometimes. You sometimes have to go in and do it yourself. So we've just unbound the socket. Okay? So we no longer have a socket. But here, we've still got an address. Is there anything in that address? No, nothing. Close UDP. Click. Right, UDP is now closed. We have no more of anything. Yet on the left, we still have all this data. Do we? Yep, we do. Data 2 still there. Packet out. Click. Doesn't work. But I know why now. Because I'm stupid. There's a curly brace. Curly braces do things in C++. Save that out. That was in UDP network. So that has to be redone. Terminal, rerun build task. SDK. I know why it works. That's why I wanted to go through all of that. Yes, we've done it. And now we've just got to do a proof of concept. Oh, did I close that again? No, I didn't. Just hidden it. It's here. So let's do the client. Client says goodbye. Server switches off. Done. I'm stupid. I am absolutely 100% stupid. What did I not do? I didn't do that. I didn't look here. They're local variables. UDPnet .h. You see, they go to null. You don't need to. They die. But they don't die at the point when you think they die. They die at that point there. So to prove that, I bet it doesn't work doing this, but it should show it. Because SDL's still working, isn't it? So SDL log. UDP. I used to do this all the time actually. Network shutdown is put notes in all my shutdowns. In fact, I should still do it actually. I should still do it. And that's where you put your breakpoint. Oh yeah. Terminal, just run build task on SDK in case we need it. Okay. Run the server. As a server. Have I shut the client down again? Oh god, I have. Like an idiot. Thank god it's not far away. Thank you. There it is, back again. Not that many goddamn windows open, it's untrue. Thank god for large screens. Okay, that's stop set, which is good. But it tells us that we can look at this before it leaves. There we go, channel -1. Yep, that's right. Everything's correct. Even the packets are correct. They're all still in situ. Which tells me that I still have these two things here. So what I'm going to do is delete them. I'm allowed to. Should do them in reverse order, but I don't know which order they were done in. I don't think it matters. So I'm going to keep that there. Alright, we're still in silly mode, are we? Keep that there. Cut. Probably get a segmentation fault. I'm hoping I do anyway. What did I just start there? UDP. No, forget it. Just close. Terminal. SDK, please. Let's make sure it puts everything in the right place. Then we can have a server. Yeah, that's right. It's prototype. I've got nothing. Nothing, just a string, well, it's literally just a straight run through of a UDP server. But I didn't expect this. I really didn't. So I'll pop the client up. We'll pop you down. Service shutting down. That's right. Just get you out of the way. They're deleted. Oh no. What the hell's it doing in here? Okay. Strange thing to do. Oh, we could jump back to the placements, yeah. UDPnet. Pack it in. Pack it out. Yep, okay. Then it should go in. That's right. Then it should come out and finish. It's done it. It's done it. That was the answer. Just delete the buggers. Server is shutting down. It's done it. And that server is server is shutting down. We want the other one. Wanted network is shutting down, didn't I? Hold on a minute. Is it not even actually calling that? Wow. It never gets called. How the hell? The rain glow thing. What does that do? That never gets called. I'm actually quite surprised at what I'm discovering here. It's quite surprising, really. I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to run it straight. Just get a client up. Up you go. One client. Close down. Worked. That's the best I can do. It works. I know it's not right, but it works. No, what I need to do is use Visual Studio 2019. Or Qt. Qt would be better. Yeah. But that works, which is interesting. That's finished, by the way, now. That bit. So finished. Finished base prototype. This is day 9. Good God. Day 9. That's ridiculous, isn't it, for a prototype of an MMO? Paste. And the last one. There we go. Which means I get a break. So, where are we up to? Zythcan. Shout out to you, mate. Hiya. Should install Rainglow theme. It's a package of a lot of themes. Oh, right. I don't do themes. Not really. Unless there's a reason for it. I do functional packages. Things that do things. That's about it. There we go, that's on the server now. I don't know what packages I have got actually. I have Qt for Python, because I do use a bit of Qt. Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with you. If you need a theme for the way you work, yeah, it's fine. I'm happy with black or blue. Both Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code offer that, and so does Qt IDE, Qt Creator. So I've got used to the Qt Creator dark theme, and I usually use that on here, but I've just decided to go blue for now. Don't ask why. I just decided to go blue. So I've got IntelliSense, C#, Git history, which is very useful. PowerShell, because I was looking at how to program PowerShell and failed. Qt for Python, because I'm thinking of putting some Python in. IntelliSense I don't really care about. XML, no thanks. Rainglow, yeah. Let's have a look. Ah, yes, I remember this one. Yeah, it's got loads of them. Absolutely tons of stuff in there. I mean, I'd probably go for something like this here, these ones here. Because that's too light for me. But that's more Visual Studio-y. And that one there's more Qt-y. So those are those two. But I'll probably go with the darker ones. But I've got used to this blue thing. It's actually a new one that they brought out for themes. It's Tomorrow Night Blue. This is what you get with it. I mean, normally I'd be using that one there, which isn't really very nice. In fact, I don't like it anymore. I mean, it's readable and it's good on your eyes. I just find this more relaxing. Yeah, totally agree. Don't like anything bright at all. Ugh. No, I think I wouldn't have yellow. Yellow writing on a blue background, for instance, is too bright. White writing in slightly greyed writing, yeah, I can cope with it. But do you like the new feature? They've actually put the lines in at long last. Have you noticed? The new feature. We have lines that go down. Hooray! How long has this been out? Microsoft, how long has this been out and you've only just managed to put lines between your goddamn tokens? Yeah, never noticed. Yeah, nobody ever will. I notice because I suffer when I'm trying to look down like source there. I have to double check whether gitignore was inside source or was it inside MMO server. Well, now I know. It's inside source. No, sorry, it's outside source. Not inside. So that's how you know, because it's got a line there. Yeah, it's new. Last week. Last week's update. Yeah. Cool, huh? And put these things on the top as well here. These buttons now show all the time instead of having to mouse over. Obvious, simple things to do. Now you can see the buttons, so you know to use them. To remind you to use the damn things instead of right-clicking all the time. At this point, I do need a break. Let's see where we're up to. Logout method for client and server, done. Shutdown method for the server, done. Reflection on what has been learned. Oh boy. Reflection on what has been learned. Yeah, that's the end of the prototype part. Gonna do some real programming soon. I've had enough of prototyping. It's driven me mental. Don't see it on release notes. Well, they weren't there 2 weeks ago, so I don't know. They might not have it on release notes. Where's the last release notes? Is it in here? Settings, online service settings. No, that just gives you all the new, because it's got new features in here for it. Check for update. No, none currently. Control Shift P. Control Shift P. Yeah. Ooh. What would you like me to type? And release notes, yeah. There you go, you see, brilliant. Oh god, no, that wasn't it. That is not the release notes. Not for last week, it isn't. Last week's release notes was about 5 pages long. That's just a C++ extension release notes, that's why. Try it again. Shift Control P. Is there a different release notes? Try the bottom one. Here we go, Workbench. Hide individual status bar thingies. And as you can see, there's no lines. And there we go. Tree indent guides. We got lines. It's taken them this long to put the bloody lines on. How many people have they got working on this? One person out of the whole of Microsoft or something. Do you know how easy that is to do? Especially if you're using Qt. It's probably one command. It's just that they didn't think. They don't think. And that's why you get updates like this. It's lack of thought when they're actually designing a product. The product should have been designed like this in the first place, and these updates should not exist. Like this. Drag and drop a folder to copy. You know, these are simple things. Minimap search decorations. Oh, wow. Do I really care? Updated warning colours. There you go. And your online service settings. Yeah. No comment. I'll use this IDE. It's not this text editor because it's free. That's it. I can't use IDEs because they're not free. You can use the free ones, but you can't sell what you write without getting a license. And what I've got here is this stuff in the wrong place. This is an MMO SDK. I've got the name wrong. It isn't. It's the network SDK. Right. This is what I've learned. We'll come back to that in a second or two. So, yeah, I've got very strong views on Microsoft. Sorry. I hate the idea of getting a program and then they say, oh, we will support it for the next 5 years. Don't. Just give us the program finished. You know, then go and invent a new one. Invent a better one. And in 5 years' time, give us the better one. You know, fully featured better one. Why can't they do that? Why can't they just say, this is the cut-off point, that's the project finished, we'll get on with the new project? Because that's what I've just done. That project is now finished. We are now going to get on with a new project. But I'm going to be using this as a base for the next project, because the next project is not going to be prototyping. So I'll be back in 7 mins. I do want a cup of coffee, so I do apologise. I have been on now, God knows how long I've been here. Can't sort these windows out. Christ blades. Yeah, just 2¼ hours, so I think I've earned a break. So I'll be back in about 7 minutes or so. Catch you soon. think I'm back now. We can get rid of that. Want that up. We are back. Yay. Whoops. Right. Well, a reflection on what has been learnt. What I have learnt from prototyping this so far. Yeah. One, that I have an orange name in chat, which is interesting. We'll get to this in a minute. Yeah. That's important. Right, okay. So let's see what I've learnt from this. I've learnt that we needed lines down here. No, I'm joking. That a client-server relationship is very easy to produce. It's not a lot of code. MMO client, it's got some fonts. It's got me Bob, who comes on screen. It's not released. It's got no application. It's got 2 files. That's the whole file. Put the header up as first. So that's what we've got. We've got now bool void void. Oh. Damn it. Okay, let's finish this off. It's not supposed to be bool void void. It's supposed to be... I don't believe I haven't even finished the client. I spent so much time there messing about. It's supposed to be int. That I forgot to finish off the client. Oh, bless. So yeah, what I've learnt is I forget things a lot of the time. So we'll use the server instead as our intent. So get rid of the client for a second. Ignore the client, it's not finished. We've learnt that main is just return app execute app. Without that, might help. That could be why it's crashing actually. You never know, do you? That it was an int, not void, as we started with. We only need UDP network as the member variable to make a network, which is good. Using the SDK, it becomes very easy to execute an application using a switch statement and timers to stop spamming information across. So it's just a switch statement, timers, and a timed broadcast to everybody for the game data, for the game state, which brings me to the game state business, which is how this was supposed to work. I'm supposed to now talk about game state, but I'm going to go back and finish off the other application, because it should look like this, and it doesn't, because I'm a muppet. Because if you change it all to ints, it becomes easy. So MMO server, MMO client. I need to finish the updates. So these are all ints. They're not bools at all. That's right, int. I know they're int before I even start. So I'll take you as well. This is all I did to finish the server. So top. Start at the top. Always a good place. Blah 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 blah. Int is not a bool. And we don't return we return an int. From where? Return 0 for a second then. Int we have bool is running. Equals false. Is it false? This is a problem. I only did this morning and I still can't remember. There you go. That. Don't want that one. I want. No, don't do that to me. Thank you. There we go. Yep, that's now right. That's now is running. That's now right. I hate true in there. Sorry, it's just a pet hate, so I've had to do it. Otherwise, I will go nuts. Right, what were we doing in case 0? Nothing. We weren't. Okay, so how did we poll it? We polled it. We polled our exit here. And we were lazy about it. It's just an if statement on this one. That's even worse. So if is running equals false. And it isn't. No, it's an if statement, isn't it? So it's a continue. There. And then we can close the if statement. That's better. That'll do it. Instead of breaking out of a while loop halfway through, we're going to just is running equals false, continue. Sends it back to the top. Is running is false. Excellent. We come out. We have initialized now, have we? It is called initialize app. Yeah, that's good news. So has initialized equals initialized app. Has initialized is very important because it has to be a 0. I know I haven't done all the rest. So we get down to the bottom, which is here. Where's that while loop ending? There. I didn't use a case. Oh god, I used ifs in this one. Yeah, so it's that's what the lines are for. Okay. So here we just return shutdown app. Open brackets has initialized. There we go. And that's now an int. I know it doesn't make sense, but that's what we start with. So int starts off, it's already initialized, we go through, and at the end we just return it. I'm not checking anything this time round because this is all going to change. Okay. See, the UDP net shut down perfectly on this side. That's interesting. Uses exactly the same code. I don't know. Just damned annoying. Semicolon, please. Right, what mistakes have I just made? One, I haven't used the initialized at all. I'm just sending it through because I can't be bothered doing the programming right now. Which is bad. That's what I said, this is bad code. While running is now correct. Start of the application is now correct, which means our client is now a client. That's what it starts like. You die. You're no longer required. 24, go away. 25, go away. And that's just clean replacement for you. And there's your application. So the bare bones of the program. Prototype. That's the bare bones. It works perfectly. Better check actually now. It doesn't work without a server. It has to have a server running for it to work. So there's the server that's running, and the client. Muppet, you're clawing my leg. Come here then. Come on. It's alright, love. Let's be amazing. There's our client connected to the server. That didn't work. Okay. And yeah, that works. So we've now got a fully functional screen with a bloke on it. Twitch MMO client. File. Shell. Okay. Close and oh, there we go. That's with 2 on it. Yep, that worked. And we're at 10 milliseconds. It's a full game. It doesn't do anything. The game is to run around at the moment. Features of this game. What features could we have? Eek. 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 No, better not do that. I'll get struck off. Thank you. There we go. Everything closes. Perfect. Nothing I have to force close. Server exited with code 0. Perfect. So, what makes a game? Well, it's the features, the fun, what brings people back to the game to play again, things like that. So let's have a look. Game state. How to manage it is quite easy. We have a game state and we keep it as such. So we're up to now game state and how to manage it. Okay. Okay. Can I take a break at this point? I think I can. What are we on? 2:34. What time is that? 11:50. That's lunchtime, isn't it? Yeah, okay. I'll just stick down one note that we're on day 9, and it'll be part 2. So. Okay, I think that's where we're up to. It's lunchtime. I've got a milk chocolate bar. That looks tasty already. Okay, I will be back after the break. Go grab yourself some din-dins, and we'll come back for an afternoon session, part 2 of day 9. Catch you soon. Have fun. Enjoy your lunch.